Yo, so the other one I wanted to talk about was the next one I think we should talk about is patience. I am not a patient person in any stretch of imagination. In school, everybody in my school got like Mr. Men books based on their characteristics. Mine was Mr. Rush. I literally fucking, let's get it done, boom, done, move on to the next thing. Always been that, and that's, you just can't. One of the biggest parts of trading is being patient. You know, most people lose their money because they weren't patient enough, all right? They got caught. They was too quick, or they were too early, you know, too much anticipation. So learning patience, again, something that builds up over time. I think one of the things that helped me learn patience was understanding targets, and through the journaling and knowing if your trade actually got to your target or not. And this is why it's going to take a couple of years really for you to get. You have to have a couple of years under your belt to be able to have enough chart time. I have been addicted to it. You know, for the first 2 years, I was like, you know, 8 hours a day at the charts every day. You know, parents thought there was something wrong with me. I was just, I moved in with my parents so that I could save money, spend less money, and I could just sit there and, you know, and study basically. So yeah, 6, 8 hours a day, up in the morning, first thing 6 o'clock. You know, so my regime is, let's have a look, up 5:30, wake up, coffee, watch a motivational video. I'll do that. That can be a different video anyway, but patience we're talking about. I think you learn patience when you're growing a small account, because you have different phases that you'll need to go through in terms of, if you're starting with small money, different phases. The 3 phases I've got is growing an account, which takes patience, all right? If you've got $500 or 500 quid, £1,000, it's gonna take you a long time. Yeah, if you're risking 1%, so you're risking a tenner, say for instance, or a fiver, and you're making 10 or 15 quid back. That's not correct. No, it's £1,000. So if you're risking a tenner, you're making 20, 30 quid. You might only get 1 or 2 trades like that. You know, if you can start banking, you know, 4 or 5 hours a week, 4 or 5% a week, 20% a month. With compound interest, it will be a little bit more. 20% over 2 years. Bang that in a calculator. I guarantee you. So I'll just give you a little snippet here, because I'm going to probably do this in another video anyway. Oh yeah, I'll do that in another video. That can be a quick video. There's a few videos, just quick videos I can do. I can just bang on there. This is about patience. So patience is something that you'll gradually learn. The quicker that you can get used to it, the better. I haven't really got much to say about it. How do you teach patience? How did I learn patience? I think it's one of those things that you only learn through failing and knowing that every time you fail, it's because you're impatient and you're trying to make the big money today, all right? Trying to make the big money this week, trying to double your account. You know, try and double your account in a year, all right? And if you do it early, fucking good for you. Don't try and double your account in a week or a month. So I suppose expectations and targets for yourself is the easiest way to, okay, so here we go, right? I knew I'd get something. So targets for patience, right? Most people target, right? I think on average, if you can be a consistent 10% a month trader, you're gonna make bank over 5 years. Trust me, you'll have dough if you could do that every month for 5 years. So the best way I can teach patience to you guys is set a realistic target within a realistic time, all right? And don't beat yourself up, know that you've got the time. So I would say, given that the bank's interest rates are like 1% or less at the moment, a lot less, you know, if you go to some investment firm and you're looking for a safe return, probably going to get 5 or 7% or something after their fees, probably less. if you go for medium risk, you're probably looking at about 15 to 20%. So I would say, look, you know, there's risk in trading. You know, if you want low or no risk, go and do something else. You know, it takes risk to make money. So we'll go medium. So why don't you target 20% for the year? And that sounds mad, especially if you've only got, you know, £1,000 in your account. You make 200 quid in a year, but you can't look at those numbers. You need to be looking at the percentage base. So you made 20% that year, right? So if you put £1,000 in the account, you made 200 quid profit on your £100, right? And you had £1,000 in the bank, and you made 1%, less than 1% profit on that. All right, you made £1 in the bank, but you made £200 yourself. That's 200 times what you would have got in the bank. So these are the numbers that you need to be focusing on. So I would go, if you smash it in the first 2 months, right, you made 20% in 2 months, banging, all right, bank that. What I would do is I would take the £200 out, stick it in your bank account, and then try and do it again. Try and do it 3 or 4 times, because if you never know, the next week you might fucking lose the whole, you know, the next month you might lose every trade and lose the 20% if you're sticking to the vouchers program. So I would, in order to teach patience, I would say have a realistic target and give yourself enough time for it. All right, sit there and figure out, right, so if I get 2R on each of my trades and I'm risking this is how much percentage I will make in this amount of time. If I do that consistently every month of 12 months, this is how much I will make. Don't forget, you're going to lose. Some months you're going to lose. Some trades you're going to lose. There'll be collateral trades. Nobody wins all the time. So if you could do 20% a year consistently, and you know that you can do that over 4 or 5 years, then you might say, right, okay, save up, chuck 10 grand in. If you know you can do it, that's 2 grand you've made. And then you go from there. But I think if you know, after 2 or 3 years, you'll probably fine-tune things down, and you might be working then on 20% every couple of months. But, you know, being patient, I think, is all about targets. Most people as traders don't set targets. They don't have a target in mind, a weekly target. You know, if you hit your weekly target, you stop trading for the week. You know, a lot can be said for that. Just walking away from the charts and getting away. So yeah, I think patience can be taught in having a realistic target and sticking to it. You know, 20% in a year is a lot. It's a lot more than you're gonna get from the bank, and it's a lot more than you're gonna get from the housing market. You know, most of the things that you buy and own, you lose money on. So if you're making 20% profit in a year, it's quite good going. But maybe it's a bit of a long term. All right, maybe just say like the month. Say for instance, you want to make 10% a month. You know, 10R. You're risking 1%. You got 5 trades, or 10 trades, or 20 trades. You actually made 10R. You're profitable 10R. That's 10% a month. Is a lot. That's over 100% plus with compound interest over the year. No bank ain't going to give you 100% a year ever. So your quid's in there anyway. So for patience, I would say set yourself a realistic target, and when you hit your target, stop trading. Stop trading. Move on, or just drop your risk down. Just use half an R. You know, if you lose, you only lost half an R. But if you win, you might get an extra R out of it, or 1.5 R. So for patience, it's all about targets.